South today, some cutting-edge research from Otago University aimed at early detection of a fatal cancer. Taieri residents make a splash as the area's new community pool complex officially opens after years of mahi. And a convoy of vintage Australian cars drive across Southland for a rally with a bit of rivalry. Kia ora, good evening. I'm Hannah Wilkins. A team of Otago scientists are working hard in the lab, hoping to refine technology that could detect a health danger before it's too late. Otago University researchers are working to develop a blood test that could detect the early stages of bowel cancer.
A simple blood test that could potentially save thousands of Kiwi lives. Otago University Professor Perry Guilford is leading a research team in developing a non-invasive blood test aimed at detecting bowel cancer in its early stages. Advocate Melissa Vining lost her husband Blair to bowel cancer and is hoping her Hope Without Fear charity can fundraise $1 million towards the research. In a promotional video for the charity, Professor Guilford says it's important to diagnose bowel cancer early when it's still curable, which she hopes this blood test could achieve.
This will take it out to the community. Hopefully it's going to be affordable, that's our intention, and easily accessed by the entire community. So to us, that's the big driver for what we're trying to achieve is access for the testing for the whole population.
New Zealand has one of the highest rates of bowel cancer in the world. More than 3,000 people are diagnosed each year, with over 1,000 lives lost annually as a result of the disease. PhD student Jordan Lima says developing this blood test could eliminate the need for a colonoscopy.
Not only could it be used for early diagnostics, it could be used for someone who has already been diagnosed with cancer.
The team will continue refining their research with the goal of creating an affordable and accessible blood test to help diagnose people with bowel cancer before it's too late. In Invercargill, the South today.
A road was closed and a key route into Queenstown was reduced to one lane after a major water main burst in the suburb of Fernhill around 1 this afternoon. The rush of water caused a landslip and the partial evacuation of a popular hotel.
A significant burst water main on Queenstown's Fernhill Road caused flooding and triggered a landslip on Monday afternoon. The flood of water caused a part of the asphalt road in front of the Heritage Hotel to collapse shortly after lunchtime. Part of Fernhill Road was closed, with a section of Glenorchy Queenstown Road down to one lane due to the slip. Witnesses described what looked like a waterfall coming off the side of the hill, followed by a mudslide. 5 appliances responded to the call-out and are helping with salvage operations, including pumping water out of the area. Water got into the basement at the Heritage, with staff evacuating the lower level of the hotel. Contractors aren't sure what caused the water main from the reservoir at the top of the hill to burst. The public is being asked to avoid the area while work continues. In Queenstown, the South today.
It was a big day for the Mosgiel Taieri community as their brand new pool complex was opened to the public. Te Puna o Whakaehu has been a long project with initial planning beginning in 2008, but swimmers are relishing the new community facility.
A countdown in the water as swimmers made a big splash in a brand new pool. Mosgiel's new pool complex, named Te Puna o Whakaehu, was officially opened this morning in a ceremony featuring waiata, music and swimming. The new $19.2 million facility includes 5 pools, including spa and hydrotherapy facilities, catering for swimmers of all ages and abilities.
The older age groups really missed having no pool, and that whole water space suited to them with the hotter temperature. It's going to be fantastic for them. And then the paddling pool and the play area for the little ones. 8 lanes plus a learn to swim. It caters for everyone.
The pool project was championed by the Taieri Community Facilities Trust, which raised $4 million locally, with the balance coming from the Dunedin City Council. Trust chairwoman Irene Mosley wasn't afraid of getting her feet wet this morning after years of hard work. She's looking forward to celebrating more this Saturday at a free family fun day, featuring sausage sizzles and inflatables in the pool.
Just a lot of fun, and it's all free as a way to say thank you to the community from DCC.
She's delighted the long-awaited pool facility has finally become reality and hopes it'll be enjoyed by generations to come. In Mosgiel, the South today.
A controversial anti-co-governance roadshow stopped off in Dunedin over the weekend, but struggled to find a venue while also being met by counter-protesters.
Organiser Julian Batchelor has been touring the country with an anti-co-governance roadshow. Around 70 people gathered at the Kensington pub on Sunday in South Dunedin, a day after the original scheduled meeting, while protesters campaigned outside. The roadshow was due to be held at a venue in Hillside Road before building owners cancelled that booking. The event then moved to a Scout Hall in Victoria Road, where it was met by counter-protesters who claim the nationwide tour is anti-Māori and promotes racism.
Yeah, it's been part of our national-wide tour to spread anti-Māori misinformation. Under the guise of anti-co-governance.
There was a police presence at the protest to try and keep the peace, and while some protesters managed to find their way into the meeting, no arrests were made. Those behind the roadshow say they're presenting their views on the dangers of co-governance and trying to gain political support. The tour began in February and moved south this week. In Dunedin, the South Today.
Southland got wild over the weekend as drivers dressed up for a tour of vintage Australian cars. The Aussie Crawl saw hundreds of car enthusiasts showing off their sweet rides with some good-natured rivalry.
A glimpse back in time as some classic hot rods roll into Southland. The annual Aussie Crawl roared into gear on Saturday, the event hosted by the Southland Holden Enthusiasts Club. 78 Ford, Holden and Valiant cars took part in the run, starting in Makarewa and travelling through Matoda, Gore and Mossburn before finishing up in Tiano.
In excess of probably 350 people going to be staying there tonight, so yeah, it is good for the town, absolutely.
The Aussie run features Fords, Holdens and Valiants from the 1960s through to the 2000s, all coming from Australian origin.
I haven't been here very long, but I have seen a couple familiar faces. I know people from work and other parts in Otago that are going on this run, so we'll catch up with them later on.
The vintage vehicles also went through a round of judging, with the judges having a fair idea on what to expect.
Well, Fords and Holdens, I suppose. A few Valiants. Yeah.
Almost 400 enthusiasts took part in the run, with Club President Dean Cussin saying they don't let the Ford Holden rivalry get in the way of a good time. In Tiano, the South Today.
FI Yakane still to come on the South Today. Slick conditions on the indoor rink in Naseby attract top curlers for the national champs, and Southern ski fields gates are bursting open, with many choosing Cardrona for their first run of the season.
Earth is a planet of extremes. Extreme places and extreme animals. But some animals are more extreme than others. Join us as we count down to find the most unusual, the most extraordinary, the most extreme.
If you're at risk of developing melanoma skin cancer, you owe it to yourself to have a mole map. Mole map is coming to your area. Phone today to make an appointment. It could save your life.
Aero, used by Australia's top bowlers with their unique Z-scoop grip that redefines the game. Machined with robotics for unparalleled accuracy, Aero, same line, every time.
Drive away your way with 3 incredible offers on the Honda CR-V Adventure Ready range. Choose from 2.9% finance with zero deposit, third finance, or lease a new CR-V from just $136 per week. These offers are only available for a limited time, so be in quick. From Honda.
Here at Aged Concern Otago, we offer a range of services to support Otago seniors to age well with dignity and independence. We provide social work support, visiting service, health promotion and social activities. Check out what we have on offer at ageconcernOtago.com.
Great Britain has a collection of varied landscapes and countryside to rival anywhere else in the world. And the best way to see it is to walk.
Tēnā koe, welcome back. The country's top curlers have gathered in Naseby to compete for a series of top national titles. 16 teams from across New Zealand tested their skills at the indoor rink, including a pair of cousins battling it out on the ice.
Screaming, cheering and vigorous ice sweeping. New Zealand's top curlers headed to the small Maniatoto town of Naseby last week for the national men's and women's curling championships. 9 men's teams and 7 women's teams were competing on the ice, with talented teams from around the country heading south for the tournament.
It's good for the area as well to have all these people, because we've got people from Auckland and people from Wellington and Christchurch and all over here for the event, so it's good.
The elite event was held at the Naseby indoor curling rink, with a 62-year age difference between the eldest and youngest competitors. World Curling Hall of Fame member Peter Becker was taking a keen interest in the results, but said the men's competition was looking too tough to call.
Anton Hodders was their skip, and my son, eldest son, Sean Becker, has got a good team as well. So, and Peter Ball, who was the coach of the New Zealand team, they're probably the 3 teams that are going to be up there.
The curling competition started on Wednesday, with the tournament running through until Sunday night. Team Hood claimed the men's championship after a tough finals battle against Team Becker. Meanwhile, it was a rivalry of cousins in the women's championship, with Team Jess Smith beating Team Courtney Smith for the title. In Naseby, the South today.
Wanaka was blessed with beautiful winter weather over the weekend as the town's closest ski fields opened for the season. Cardrona Ski Field welcomed hundreds of keen skiers and snowboarders keen to test out the season's first snow.
Sunshine, blue skies and bright white snow. It was a bluebird day shining down on Wanaka on Saturday as Cardrona Ski Field opened for the season. Hundreds of keen skiers and snowboarders were excited to carve up the fresh powder, despite lower than average snow cover. Cardrona Ski Field General Manager Laura Headley says the snowmakers had been working hard on the slope and was pleased they were able to open for the season.
I'm so stoked to be open. There's a whole heap of prep that goes into opening, and we haven't had the snow that we want at this time of year, but the team have done such an amazing job.
Some eager skiers won bragging rights for the first chairlift, waking up at a very early hour.
The people who claimed first chair and the tees, they managed to get up, I think, at 2:30 and dragged themselves up here, probably before most of us.
Headley's hoping to get some more snow on the slope soon, but says the snow they do have is pretty good for a ski run. In Wanaka, the South today.
And now recapping tonight's top stories on the South today. A team of Otago scientists refine important research around a blood test for the early detection of bowel cancer. Taieri residents make a splash as Molesgill's new $19.2 million pool complex officially opened for business. And Southland's Aussie Crawl event roared into gear over the weekend, showcasing vintage Australian cars in a rally of rivalry. And now a look at what's happening in tomorrow's ODT. We welcome Associate Editor Mike Houlihan. Hello Mike.
Evening, Hannah.
What can we expect in Tuesday's paper?
Well, we were also out at the opening of the Mosgiel Pool this morning for all the festivities. That people out there have been waiting for that pool for a long time, and they're very, very excited, and rightly so.
Yes.
We've also got health professionals who are very concerned about the news that the Interprofessional Learning Centre, which was to be a key part of the new Dunedin Hospital, looks like it won't be going ahead now.
Oh, right. Okay.
Out being Tuesday, our travel section is there with an exploration of the London Underground.
Lovely.
And there's also an interview to look out for in our sports section with Carl Heyman, the former All Black, who opens up about the trouble he's had since his forced retirement through to head injuries.
Yeah, it's very raw and very real. Thank you for sharing, Mike.
Thank you.
Time now for a look at the weather.
The South Today weather, proudly brought to you by MoleMap, the skin cancer detection specialists.
Looking at the situation, expect lots of northeasterly airflow this week that'll bring low cloud to the Otago coasts and fine weather elsewhere. Heading to the top of the South Island, showery with northerlies up here with 15 in Nelson, 14 over in Greymouth and down to Christchurch. Expect a cloudy 13 degrees with nor'easterlies. Travelling to South Canterbury and North Otago, a cloudy Tuesday ahead with nor'easterlies through here. Highs of 12 in Ashburton and Timaru, with Oamaru getting 13 degrees. Heading westwards to the Central Lakes, high cloud with northerlies through here, so not perfect snowmaking conditions yet, but that'll come. So instead, tomorrow's looking like a 10-degree day for Queenstown, 11 in Wanaka and 12 in Alexandra. Heading further south, patchy cloud with light northerlies through Gore and Balclutha with 14-degree highs, while the Catlins is in for a very cloudy 13 degrees. And across to Southland, foggy tonight in Invercargill with a low of 5. The next 2 days are mostly fine with sunny spots, high cloud at times and northerlies with lows of 6 and highs of 15. And finally heading to Dunedin, low cloud tonight as it drops to 8 degrees. Tuesday and Wednesday are looking overcast with some rain through the morning, windy but sunny afternoons with breezy nor'easterlies and highs of 13 degrees. And that's the news this Monday. For the latest news and videos from the southern region, head online to odt.co.nz. You can follow Channel 39 on YouTube to catch our news bulletins on demand. We're also on Facebook. Just search for the South Today NZ to see our favourite stories from around the regions. We'll see you again tomorrow. Ka kite o popo.
Public interest journalism funded through New Zealand On Air.
Every day the team at Gillian supports grieving families at their time of need. From answering your questions to organising a farewell that reflects the wishes of your loved one, we can help. Call Gillian's today. If you're at risk of developing melanoma skin cancer, you owe it to yourself to have a mole map. Mole map is coming to your area. Phone today to make an appointment. It could save your life.
Living Well Disability Resource Centre, a not-for-profit charitable organisation and your one-stop shop for information and resources to help you retain independence. We offer a wide range of assistive products from jar openers to mobility scooters and provide assessments for Total Mobility, the half-price taxi scheme. Come and see the friendly team. You'll find us on the corner of George and Bath Streets, ground floor of Burns House.
Passion, drama, competition, rivalry, marketing, numbers, atmosphere, power, fight, attack, intuition, love, hate, money, cash, millionaires, fans, and fans. Oh boy.